guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be digitally drawing my new profile picture. Obviously you can't see the end results yet, but I was very happy with how this turned out. I'm very proud of it, and I really like watching the process. So please enjoy. I figured out some tools in Procreate Pocket, like how to do the symmetry ruler, because before I've been using IBIS Paint, and it's not a bad app, but I wasn't very good at it, and Procreate Pocket, in my opinion, is better. But if you have IBIS Paint, it's still great, so there's nothing wrong with it. And I knew most of the tools on it, but I didn't know a lot of the good ones. So I knew the simple stuff like the symmetry ruler and stuff like that. And I finally figured it out on Procreate Pocket, and that helped me a lot with this drawing, because I wanted it to look really, really nice and professional, instead of like my other drawings, which aren't like very symmetrical and they just look really bad. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. Honestly, I think I'm much better doing art on paper, but since I wanted a good profile picture, it's better to do it digitally. And yes, I have tried to do drawings for my profile picture like on paper, and they look good on the paper, but not like in the photo. So yeah, that's just my opinion, my advice. But yeah, as I know I'm starting on the hair of this drawing, I really like how flowy it looked, and now like thinking back to do the voiceover for this, I kind of wish I did it curly, but I think it still looks good. It was just very simple, and I tend to do it like in the front a lot. I don't know if it's just me. But yeah, now I started on the cute little space buns, and I put a little bit of hair coming like off the side so that it's like messy buns, because if it's too perfect, it doesn't look as real, and I don't draw realistically, but I don't want it to be like super cartoony. Yeah, so far I think it's looking really good. I'm just going back through, touching up some spots. This is where I messed up on the eyelashes. I really didn't like how that turned out, because I drew the head shape before I put the symmetry ruler on, so it wasn't like entirely symmetrical. So one eye is closer to the side of the head than the other, and I really messed up on the eyelashes, so I just skipped forward and fixed it. And I still don't like it very much, but it's better than it was before. I don't know what that is. Yeah, okay. I also recently figured out how to use the multiply tool to keep the sketch that's underneath it. And that was like super helpful with this drawing. Like that was amazing. I literally cannot even say it in words. But that was so helpful, and like I think I'm getting better. Yeah. Here I went back in to try and fix the eyelashes again, because it's like really bad. Yeah. And I think I did a pretty good job this time. Now I'm working more on the skin tone, because I thought it was too light the first time. And now I'm going over darker. Now that I finished that, I'm going in with some shading and adding some blush to the drawing. I learned now to turn down the pressure of the brush that you're using, and then that will help blend it better, because I'm not good at blending digitally. I'm not very good at blending, like, not digitally either though. But yeah, I just tried to do some darker shading, and then I figured out to turn down the pressure, and that really helped. By the way, this video is at 3 times speed, because it took me about an hour to record, and it's going really fast, and if I go any faster than that, then it'll lag really bad. So I'm sorry if the video is a bit slow. Here I'm continuing to work on the shading a bit more, and I'm just kind of extending it just slightly, and I'm going to put some on the nose too. That way the nose kind of stands out more. And the good thing about digitally is you don't have to worry about the marker like drying too fast for you to shade. So I just went through everything, and then I can shade later. And you can't see very well, but you can see it blending just slightly to where it doesn't look like too big of a difference. So I liked that. Now I'm going in and trying to figure out the color for the hair. I kind of wanted it to be darker so that it wouldn't clash too much with the skin tone if it was too light and too blonde. And I found the perfect color that I wanted, and the color that I would use, like my hoo-hoo color. I don't know the exact one. I'll go look at it. Okay, I found it. I think it's very similar to the hoo-hoo marker color YR95 from the skin tone pack. That's the color that I would have used for this drawing if I wasn't doing it digitally. Now I'm taking advantage of the multiply tool and just making the outline for the hair slightly darker instead of as sketchy as it was. I'm going to go do a little bit of shading on the hair. Just a little bit, because the color's already pretty dark. It doesn't need much shading, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm extra. As you can see, now I'm going in with a darker color, and then I'm going to use the brush pressure thing a bit later too. But I'm covering completely like the space buns with the darker color because they are farther in the background and I wanted some more dimension and stuff. And I think that really helped, and it looks much more natural. Now I'm just blending it all out more. It was really hard for me to see because of how like dark it is and stuff, but I think it's pretty good. Now I'm going in to pick the color for the eyes. This color is very similar to the hoo-hoo marker color Sky Blue that I use most of the time for the eyes. Just personally, because my eyes are blue, I just do blue eyes. But I have done brown eyes and green eyes and stuff, and I think all eyes are pretty. I said eyes way too much, but you know what I mean. Now I'm going back in again, and since I finished most of the coloring in the drawing itself, I'm going to go in and touch up a lot of the lines that I messed up on because I didn't use like a liner, I guess you would call it, since I did it digitally. Usually I would use like monoline as my liner because it's a very, very clean brush. By the way, you can find it in the calligraphy section. It's one of my favorites. But this one, I kind of wanted it to look more sketchy, so I just kept it with a pencil. This is my final drawing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!